Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Diana, real estate agent and realpreneur, giving you the real on the home buying process. Today we're going to talk about why first-time home buyer programs are a trap. Yes, I said they're a trap. So let me tell y'all why before y'all come for me. Number one, nothing is free, right? Nothing is free. So you may think you're getting $15,000, $20,000 to help you with your closing costs, but there are certain things you have to abide by in order to get the money and in order to keep the money, right? So, for example, a lot of first-time homebuyer programs, they have a time period where you need to live in a home for a certain amount of time. So when you get these down payment assistance programs, you are committing to living in the home for that period of time, right? So if you buy in a certain area and you're like, hey, I think this is just a starter home, I plan on moving in 2 years, maybe using one of the down payment programs is not for you, because if you decide to move and sell the house, then you're going to have to pay back a portion of that grant, right? You're going to have to pay back a portion of that money because, again, nothing is free. There is stipulations, there are rules and regulations that you have to abide by as the new homeowner that's accepting the grant money from whatever program is granting you it, right? So that's what I mean by nothing is free. So if you're okay with all of the terms and conditions within the program, then cool, go for it. But a lot of programs, I would say 100% of the programs have like a time period where you have to live in the home for a certain amount of time. Let's not talk about NACA. NACA, you have to live in the home, from my understanding, for the life of the loan. Like, they're not playing that. They are looking for you to live in the home for the life of the loan, right? Until you have it paid off, which for most people it's probably like 30 years, right? You're getting a 30-year mortgage. So that's what I mean by nothing is free. Another thing is, these home buying programs, a lot of times they will only allow you to live in a certain area, right? So Philly, for example, if you are like, hey, I heard about the Philly First grant and I know they're giving $10,000 out to home buyers, right? Okay, yes, that is very true. Philadelphia County does give out $10,000 to first-time home buyers, giving that you meet the income requirements and you meet the other requirements for the program. However, you can only use that grant program in Philadelphia County. So the moment you decide that you now want to buy in Montgomery County or Delaware County, guess what? You can no longer use that grant funding because it's specifically for that county or those specific areas or neighborhoods. So that's another thing you want to check into. If you are looking to get down payment money and grant assistance money, you want to look at all the rules and regulations around accepting that money, because there are pros and cons to actually accepting the money. Again, you can only live in a certain area. You may have to live in a house for 5-10 years, right? If you don't live in a house for that time period, then you're going to have to pay back a portion of the grant or the down payment assistance, right? So you have to be mindful of all of these things. So that's why I said they're a trap, because a lot of times when people buy a home, they are probably not going to live there forever. Most people buy a starter home and then they decide to upgrade in a few years. So again, I'm not saying to not use the home buyer programs or the down payment assistance or the grant programs, but I'm here to educate you, to give you the real and let you know that you can't just do whatever you want when you accept these programs. You literally have to abide by their rules and their regulations. If not, you can be penalized. So you can't think that you're about to go flip this house in the next 2-3 years and you're not going to have to pay them back that money. Because once you sell that house, they already have a lien on the house. Basically, if you sell it, you're going to owe them a portion of the money that they gave you, right? So I'm just here to kind of give you guys the information so that you can be mindful of these programs. They can be very, very beneficial, but depending on your goals and depending on what you're looking to do and how you see your life within the next few years, you may want to reconsider using one of these programs, because you just don't want to get yourself in a situation where you have to sell the house and then you have to pay back the money, especially if you don't have enough equity in the house to even make that happen, right? If you have to sell a house and you have to pay someone else back money, you may be underwater, meaning you may end up owing more money than you did if you didn't sell it. So just keep those things in mind. Again, first time home buyer programs are a trap. If you have any comments or questions, drop them below. I'll be sure to answer them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I'll be with y'all in the next episode.